Hey, this is Jimmy Jive, and you're listening to Motor City Rock Talk. Today, my guest is a drummer from a local Detroit band that's been playing around for quite a bit. An outstanding heavy metal act called Overloaded. They're going to be playing a big bash at Token Lounge on March 8th with several other groups, including Blaster Knot, Face, and the Mighty Jones Band. Today, I have the drummer from Overloaded, Lorenzo Gonzalez. How you doing, bud?
How you doing, James? Doing good.
Doing good. Let's start with a little background. Tell me a little bit about yourself, about where you're from, how you got into music as far as the drum.
I'm from Downriver, grew up in Allen Park, and my introduction to music was, my family's very musical. My grandfather was a saxophonist in a big band back in the 20s. You know, so music's always been part of the whole family's life. My father played guitar, showed me some stuff. I tried to play guitar, but that didn't work out. And then I guess my grandmother seen me banging on the typical story, banging on some pots and pans.
Right.
And then she bought me a little toy drum set when I was 4. I got pictures of that, my sticks in my hand, basically there. And then this little band, I don't know if you ever heard of them, they wear makeup, band called Kiss.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I learned everything and anything I could with Kiss. And then from there, it just progressed, and, I was just really enthralled with Kiss. And there's a funny story. The backdoor neighbor, lived behind me. Kiss sucks, as everyone, back then. But, and his band was a little band, 3-piece called Rush. And I said, no way. Yeah. So it was the famous Battle of the Drummers in the backyard on one of those 8 tracks. Looks like a little, bomb detonator, and he put all the ones stage on, and I put Kiss Alive 2 on, and needless to say, I got smoked.
Would you have a little drum off?
No, just putting it on the radio, on the little 8-track player.
Oh.
Neil Peart's drum set versus Peter Chris's drum solo, I should say.
Right.
And I lost. But after that, of course, Kiss was always, considered devil worshippers.
Oh, yeah, sure.
So my parents quickly took that away from me. And I discovered a band called Rainbow, Richie Blackmore.
Oh, love Rainbow. Deep Purple, Rainbow, all that, yeah.
So that was, then I started listening to Purple, Rainbow, and, till this day, I just went to the UK, and not just, but last November I was in the UK to see Purple, England, and Scotland. And I'm a huge Deep Purple nut. Right. And as you can tell on my Facebook page. But, yeah, so, I just, from there, just went on and just listened to music, and it's been my life,
So would you say that the drummer from Deep Purple is a bigger influence on you now than, let's say, Peter Criss?
Oh, yeah, definitely, and all the drummers from Rainbow, Cozy Powell, Bobby Rondinelli, especially Bobby Rondinelli from Rainbow.
Oh, yeah.
Did that 1982 San Antonio show that was at MTV multiple times. Funny story, I actually got the tech for him a couple times, so.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Actually, a guy named Daniel Wentworth, from the Downriver area, a guitar player, actually hired to record at a studio where the band before Overloaded, a band called Inner Recipe, used to record, and the engineer, Pete Bankert, said, "Hey, Bobby Rondinelli's coming to town," and he immediately called me. He said, "Hey, you want a tech for him?" I'm like, "Yeah,"
Wow.
So I got to meet him and hang out. It was really cool.
So was that at a show that you tech for him then?
No, in the studio, setting up. I was in the studio with him, as his setting up his drums and anything else.
Who was he playing with that he was in the studio at that time?
Daniel Wentworth. A guitar player from Detroit, hired him to play drums, and we flew him in, and he recorded the drum tracks.
Right.
I was in the studio, just like watching in awe.
And what studio did you say this was again?
I think it might have been Rock City.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, Pete Bankert. He was in what's that band, Smoking in the Boys?
Oh, Brownsville Station. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I think he was playing bass for them at the time.
Right.
But Pete Bankert's a legend in Detroit.
Oh yeah, absolutely. That's a great story. Getting to meet one of your idols.
Oh yeah, it was great. We quizzed them. And it was funny because I invited my brother, and we went to a hotel, like a meet and greet. So we instantly went into fanboy mode and just questioning like everything. I just he goes, "You know more about me than I know more about me." He started to freak out a little bit because we just went all in. What about this? What about that? What about that? What about Rich? What about this? What about that? It was pretty crazy.
Other than him flying in for that session work, who would he have been playing with at that time? Was he with Rainbow? Was it around that time, or?
No, he might have been just after Black Sabbath.
Oh, okay.
Right before he joined Blue Oyster Cult.
Oh, yeah, that's right. He did play with them. That's correct. Forgot about that.
And that's when I got the tech for him again at Pine Knot.
Oh, wow.
So I got to set up the drums and everything for him, and quite the honor for me. So
how is doing that? Setting up drums for somebody you don't know. I mean, how do you determine how to do that? Have you seen old videos, or how do you?
Well, I mean, I watched that Rainbow video like you wouldn't believe. I mean, they had the VHS tape, and they had Gumby heads by the time it was over with. Now it's on YouTube.
I just wondered if since then, like playing with Blue Oyster Cult, if he had changed anything as far as the way he would set up.
No, because they were doing the backline thing by then, so whatever he got, he's Bobby Rondinelli.
Right.
He's great.
Yeah, absolutely.
He'll make it work. I just have to set him up the basic,
Yeah.
He's right-handed, so I know how to set the setup.
On vacation, destination ain't there. There's no reason for believing and you'll be punished for insanity. Please believe me, I've been dreaming of driving vitamins, so say that's what I say. Yeah. Heavy metal highways on yeah. The heavy metal highway. Let me hear you, come on! Can I get some fucking noise? Heavy metal highways at night, yeah! Throw your hands up and wave the Satan. Sell your soul to the devil, and you'll never ever have to die. Oh yeah.
And then he just tweaks it from there.
Now, are you right-handed also?
Yes, I'm right-handed, but I play with my hi-hat. I have two hi-hats, and my main hi-hat's on the right-hand side, a la Jellyfish, because I was a huge Jellyfish fan, too. Later on, when the 90s came around, I found a little band called Jellyfish, and the singer stood up and sang, and he had his hi-hat on the right-hand side. I was like, wow. That's pretty cool because, traditional drummers, they have the right hand over their left hand.
Right.
So no matter what you do, your left hand is always stuck under your right. So now it's called playing open. That's the term for it.
I see.
So I have a remote hi-hat, and I have, my left hi-hat is just for time. Keep a tambourine on it, just, for jingles and stuff like that.
Sure.
But I have the remote on the right, and my hands are open, so I can hit cymbals openly without having any hindrance of my left hand under my right hand.
All right, let's talk a little bit about Overloaded. How long has the band been together, and where did the band form? What area?
Downriver. We formed the band before Overloaded was in a recipe when I first met Eric, Johnny. So we had that band going for a while, and we were playing all around. I mean, we were constantly playing shows all different. We're touring around the states. Chicago, just around Michigan, anywhere we can get it. The singer decided to leave, and so we were left without a singer. And then that's when Eric went to the Double O over in Redford, over on Grand River. He just walked into Open Jam, and that's when he found Chris Gillen. Back to my Deep Purple stuff, his last name's Gillen. So I was like, wow, this is cool.
Yeah.
But I didn't know it at the time, and there's a funny incident that happened at rehearsal. Or my bass player, we'd always argue about Deep Purple with his fans, and I was like, Deep Purple sucks, Deep Purple rules. And he's like, Gillen sucks. I'm like, Gillen rules. And little did we didn't know Chris's last name was Gillen at the time when he first came to the audition. So Chris is there. We're like, what do you mean I suck? And I'm like, Gillen rules. And he's like, Gillen sucks. I'm like, and Gillen's like, what are you guys talking about? And we're like, what is it to you? And he's like, well, my last name's Gillen. I'm like, you're in the band. You are. I have a singer named Gillen. This is the greatest thing for me ever. Let alone his voice.
Oh, I know.
You can't touch it. So that formed. Inner Recipe formed on October 10th of '99, and then we went all the way. And then Gary left, the singer for Inner Recipe, and then on August 3rd, 2004, Gillen walks in and joins the band, and it's been history since. So.
What were you personally doing between 99 and 2004? That's a big gap.
We were the band. We were the band In a Recipe, which played all. Like I said, we played all around town.
Oh, you mean the band In a Recipe was together up until 2004?
Yeah, and in 2004, we were still In a Recipe when Chris joined.
Right.
Because we already built the name, and I go, we can't change the name. Like, we need to change the name. I'm like, well, we did all this work. Why are we going to change the name when people know that name already? But it was a chance meeting where Eric Kluber, the guitar player, went backstage at Kiss.
Yeah.
Back to Kiss.
Yeah.
Okay, so it all comes around. So he actually asked Gene Simmons, what name is better, In a Recipe or Overloaded? And he said, you got to go with a better name, Overloaded. And then, so once he said that to me, I was like, okay, we're Overloaded.
Yeah, Gene would know, of course.
Yeah.
I got to be honest, I think that is a cooler name.
Yeah, I guess
the kind of music you play, too.
Right, I guess it rolled off the tongue, right? So that's what Gene said, so.
Yeah, absolutely. From 2004 up to now, whereabouts has Overloaded played? I mean, you play around Michigan mostly, or do you go out and tour around the country?
Overloaded, actually, we broke up. The original lineup broke up in 2007. Beginning of 2000, I think it was the end of 2007, beginning of 2008. We parted ways due to internal conflict, which we won't get into.
Gotta work tomorrow, really know his shoes. Time to raise your glasses. when you make noise.
Yeah.
And then we also, but at the same time, we, on the way home from the gig, I think we were in Ohio, overloaded, we're traveling, and I get a phone call from a guy named Brian Holland, which is now in Reverence. But at the time, he was in a band called Tokyo Blade from England. I answered the phone, and he's like, hey, my name's this, blah, 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 tells me the story. I got, they want to do a reunion. I had no idea who Tokyo Blade was.
Right.
But they're huge over there, which I'll tell you a story about later. So I get a phone call. He's like, well, I want the singer, and I want this, I want the bass player, and I want this. And I'm like, so you want, you're getting a phone call of this guy's going to take it to Europe on tour. I'm like, okay, who are you? But you want to break up my band? No, click, the typical, So Chris Gillen is curious. So he calls him back, inquires a little bit about it, and says, hey, Zoe, I think it's legit. Wow, okay, well, let's have a meeting. Next thing I know, I have Andy Bolton from Tokyo Blade from England over at the Loft in Redford. He flew in. Wow, yeah. So I go, well, I'm going with these guys, And Eric had already auditioned for a band called the White Wizard out of LA. So Eric took off to LA, long story short. Eric takes off to LA, me and Chris Gillen, and the new bass player for Overloaded because after we broke up, they replaced a couple of members.
Right.
Basically the rhythm section. The rhythm section split from the vocal and the guitar. So after that, Eric's in LA, we decided to do this, and then next thing you know, me and Chris are flying around the world. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
16 countries we did. It was cool.
As Overloaded?
No, as Tokyo Blade.
Oh, you were in Tokyo Blade.
Overloaded actually broke up in, like I said, 2008.
Oh, okay.
So now the only shows we do now are just reunion shows. That's what we're doing now, because now Eric's in Society 1.
I see.
Up in LA. But me, Chris, and Johnny, the rhythm guitar player, are back together, and we're playing a Chris Cornell tribute called Rusty Cage. So we're still playing together.
What happened with the Tokyo Blade thing?
Well, after that, we did a tour, and then we did another tour of Europe, and then after that, it just expanded. But after that, a couple years later, they found a new singer. You know, they got the original band back, and they used to play around like when Iron Maiden was around. I mean, they were like playing the same circuit as Iron Maiden, 1983. You know, maybe before like '79.
Hammersmith and those places, obviously.
It's just so much to talk about. It's just like, you know, you get lost in the mix sometimes. But
sure. Now, as far as playing and being a part of Tokyo Blade and playing over there and doing that, were you opening up for other semi-major acts from over there, or were you guys?
Like we played a festival in Spain. On the way to Spain, you're probably not going to believe this, but so the first time we flew over there, we had rehearsals by Stonehenge because we were in Salisbury, England, and that's where Stonehenge is. That's where Andy grew up. So we went to Stonehenge, you know, got our pictures and stuff. But afterward, we flew back out, and we flew back because we had to do a show in Spain, a one-off. And on the way to Spain, we're at the airport at Gatwick Airport in England, and two people in front of me, I see this guy turn to the side. He's got these round glasses on. I'm like, oh my God, it's Ian Pace from Deep Purple. So I had met my idol on the road, on the way to my first major gig, like about 10,000 people there. We played with UFO. Actually, Exodus went on before us, which I couldn't believe. So I remember there was a kid in high school who had an Exodus jacket, you know, backpatch jacket.
Yeah.
In the 80s, you know? And I was just like, well, how are we after these guys, you know? But it was great. The show was amazing. We swam in the sea before the show, went back to the hotel. I jumped in the pool. The next thing you know, Smoke on the Water is playing on the pool radio. I was like, this is great. You know, I couldn't believe it.
That's a sign from the gods right there.
Oh, yeah, not to mention they have scooters over there. Right. And the name of the brand of the scooter is Dio. It says Dio because it's God over there. You know,
yeah.
But we're just seeing all these signs of like, just what is going on? You know, it was pretty crazy.
Get me all fired up. New CD. What's in there? Don't mind if I feel lonely. No, I don't mind if I feel scared. I'm not concerned with what you do. So please don't you ever fail. 'Cause I don't even wanna know someone ever try to show me what's in it. I don't ever wanna see nothing when you say believe anything you show. I'm not trying to escape you, fuck yeah. I've got enough on my mind, yeah. I'd really like to have your clothes. I'm very sorry for your loss, but I can't afford any more bad dreams. I don't even wanna know someone ever trying to show me what's in it. I don't ever wanna see nothing but it's never leave anything you show. I don't even wanna know someone ever trying to show me what's in it. I never wanna see nothing but it's never leave anything you show. It's show and tell day. Reconcile. I'll send out outdated buildings. Could be a mind for a while. Go on and call it a conspiracy. From now to living down to Kennedy. Trying to drive her on the limousine. It's all easy to ignore. It's for life. With me
Yeah, it sounds like it was. So, as far as Overloaded, then, did you say the band is really no longer together? You guys just do one-off reunion shows? Is that basically what's happening then on March 8th?
Yeah, because I mean, this whole, it came from the 2000s. This is a reunion of bands that we played the circuit with back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we're going back to 2000. We're going back 20 years, 21 years.
Oh, yeah. Now, how were you contacted to do this? Because I remember that originally Bridge was supposed to play this show.
Right. And then, well, the drummer, Dave, he's in Sponge, and Sponge is on tour. So he couldn't do the show. So it fell apart, and so they called us. You know, I was actually on the way to New Jersey trying to find them drones because I'm a huge UFO nut. And I'm like, I go, if this is real, it was Chris's break. You know, I'm like, we took off. I'm going to find it. Which something really weird flew over, triangle-shaped craft flew over the car as I was going on down 80, and really low, no green or red lights. Just it almost looked like the Phoenix Lights.
And silent, right?
Really stealth. Yeah,
I've seen that before too, years ago. Yep. So, nobody believes me when I say that, but they're out there. They're definitely out there.
Something's up. That's all I know. But yeah, so Gillen calls me and he says, "Hey, they want to do this," and I'm like, "Well, you know what? Time is short.
Right.
Let's do it. Let's get the bros back together. You know, they're my brothers.
Yes.
You know, they're my brothers to the end, and let's do this." And so it was just, let's do it, and we were doing it.
Oh, that's cool. And from what I understand, one of the guitar players, I don't remember what his name was, is being flown in from California to do the show.
That's Eric.
That's Eric.
Lead guitar player, Eric.
Is he in a band out in L.A. or what's
he's in Society 1.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that's what he's doing right now. They just released a movie, actually.
A movie?
A movie.
About the band or just...
yeah, because he played they used to play Download and stuff like that.
Oh, really?
He was a guy hanging on hooks and stuff. He was I guess he was a huge player in the porn industry at one time.
Oh, jeez.
Zane Entertainment, yeah. So, yeah.
Good work if you can get it.
Yeah. So.
Thank you for joining Overloaded tonight, motherfucker. Well, we're gonna have you sing a little bit now. So that we can hear these motherfuckers. Take that shit down a little. You too, this guy, he can't play soft. You guys know Eric Kluber, don't you? He's illegal in like 49 states. We got him now, though. Check this shit out. I'm gonna sing a line and then you can sing it right back. You don't have to. Who gives a fuck? We're just gonna drink in a minute anyway. Said no. Well, hey! 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 Fuck, I gotcha! We cannot thank you enough for your support tonight, man. Pick up that CD, man. We did it for you. Tell me the time and place for me to see your face, dog. Give me the place and time for another life. Waking me alone, but then I'm going home back to my life. I hate to say it, baby, you're on your own. Well, I won't be there to hold you in the winter. I won't be awakened by your cries. Baby, I know that I'm gonna hold that promise for you. Whenever I'm on your side of town, give me that week and I'll put it down. Just go ride that feeling. Ride that feeling right on. Ride that feeling. Burn that feeling when the morning comes.
I mean, that's what Eric's doing right now, you know. That's his main thing right now.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, so he's flying in for this, you know.
Now, coming up with this, you know, I've interviewed all three bands on the bill that night, and I said, well, gotta get you guys in there too. And I started listening to your music, and Brian, known as Super B from Mighty Jones, says, oh, you're gonna love these guys. They're very heavy. They're kind of like an Iron Maiden type of thing, and I love Iron Maiden, so I was intrigued. And I started listening to you on Spotify. I don't really think you're like Iron Maiden. I think you had a very unique sound. But the thing I was wondering about is there's 3 albums on there, and there's several songs from the first album that are on the other 2 albums. Are those remixes? What was the reason behind doing that?
Well, Overloaded was our first, you know, quote-unquote hit, where, you know, it really got radio attention. Like, in fact, we were playing the Magic Flag, and Screamin' Scott from Riff came up. It's like, hey, give me a CD, I'll put it on. My guitar player, he had a little attitude. He's like, you know what? Oh, no, give me $5. And I'll give you. So he actually sold it, but Screamin' Scott went and played it that night on his show, Midnight Metal.
That's cool.
And that's just a funny story, because it's just like, you know, we got a radio DJ from, you know, Riff,
right,
one of the biggest radio stations, you know, in the country.
Yes.
And it's like, no, you pay $5. Because we were sick and giving. I mean, our promo packages were pretty unique and pretty good, and that's what got us a lot of gigs.
Right.
We're handing all these things out. You know, we're spending a lot of money, time during that. Overloaded, we were, you know, original band, but we had a cover band that paid all the bills. You know.
Oh, really?
So all the money that we got gigging, we put, you know, we saved. We had a rent at the Loft in Redford, and that came out of our pocket. But all the money we saved to record,
right,
pay for promo items, you know, pay for gas, you know, tolls,
sure,
hotels.
Yeah.
You know, it's a business. It's a business.
No, of course.
You know, it's what they call it, the music business.
Yeah.
It's not music. It's not music friends. It's music business.
Absolutely.
Hey, this is Chris from Overloaded, and you're watching Extreme TV. You stole my nightstand, yeah!
Now, what were some of the clubs that you guys, clubs or bars, whichever you prefer, that you guys would have been playing?
Overloaded really got the biggest response in playing the Hayloft liquor stand over in Mount Clemens. Mike, Mike over there, he always hooked us up. We opened up another big band I was a huge fan of was Skid Row.
Right.
Skid Row, just all they niched us in because it was the 2000s. They niched us. We had the hair, and they niched us in an '80s throw, which we didn't mind because that's what we were. You know? We just took Metallica, Cinderella, Purple, Skid Row, all those bands. We just mixed them in together, and that was our sound, And so we got all these gigs, and we would be just selling and stuff. It was really surprising, It was awesome.
Yeah,
it was really, really cool.
Because one of the clubs that I think I may have seen you at, because my producer had mentioned that you guys had played there quite a few times, it was a place over on Telegraph, I believe it's Redford, called the Bullfrog.
We played because it was down from a rehearsal studio.
Okay.
That was 5 Mile in Telegraph.
Yeah,
we were 7 Mile at Telegraph for rehearsals.
Yeah, I know where the loft is. Yeah. The Bulldog. It wasn't a very big place. You guys must have rocked the doors off that place. You played loud. I mean, your type of music, it sounds like it would have to be played at maximum volume.
We didn't adjust for it was full volume, and that's the way we did our shows.
Oh yeah. Now, were you guys doing any covers, any kind of cover songs with that band?
We used to, because like I said, part of our thing was, on the side we would do cover songs. But like a staple for an Overloaded show was like Save Me by Cinderella, and what else did we do? The Trooper of Iron Maiden.
Yeah, I was going to say, with your singer's range, I would think you would be doing something for Maiden. Did you do any like Dio or anything like that with his range?
Oh, we used to do Man in the Silver Mountain.
Oh, okay, that's a great song. Of that.
In fact, with Tokyo Blade, we did Long Live Rock and Roll. We recorded an album in Germany, live album. You should hear Chris sing Long Live Rock and Roll. He just kills it. I mean, he can do Dio like nobody else.
Is that album still available, or is it just...
Yeah, you can find it online. It's called Tokyo Blade Live in Germany.
Okay.
And there's a cover of Long Live Rock and Roll on it.
And where in Germany was that recorded? Do you remember?
In Würzburg, Germany, at the Keep It True Festival. It was pressed on vinyl, double vinyl, and it was released on a DVD. Yeah, it's pretty hard to find now. I mean, those albums are big bucks now.
Oh, of course, all that stuff is. So this show that, like I said, is coming up at the Token Lounge, you guys just going to be pretty much doing a mishmash of the stuff from the albums, or do you have anything that you're going to throw in there as an extra surprise or anything?
We really haven't talked about. We talked about it, but we haven't figured out what we were going to do because we just don't want to do a thing. But at the same time, Eric's flying in Wednesday. We have rehearsal, and then we're going to have a musical rehearsal the next day, and then we're playing the show.
Where would you rehearse? Because, I mean, you're not still doing the loft. Where would you...
No. We're just going to rehearse at the singer's house, Gilman's house.
Oh, okay.
Which, that we the Rusty Cage is already signed up there, so we're just...
Oh, okay. Now, is Rusty Cage a regular thing you do?
As much as we can, We've only done a handful of gigs, but Like we played Wildwood Amphitheater last summer. We played the Token. We just doing like sporadic shows, and we just celebrated Chris Cornell.
And what made you get involved in doing that? As far as that, I mean, obviously you're a Cornell fan.
Right. I'm playing with Mike Smith from Bass.
Yeah.
Plays with the bass player for Rusty Cage. His name's Ken Godfrey, a good friend of mine.
Right.
But I met Ken through band Rick Stafford from the name escape. What is it called? Anyways, we formed a Rainbow band. We formed a Rainbow tribute band. We had that going for a while. And after that broke up, I stayed with Ken. And then Ken's like, I go, what do you want to do? He's like, I always want to do a song. So I met Chris one day, just hanging out. He's like, so what's going on? What have you been doing? Well, we haven't seen each other in a while. He's like, man, I want to get together a Chris Cornell band. I was like, oh, really? So it was just like boom. We had the band together within like 2 days.
So are you doing pretty much just Cornell solo stuff, or are you doing some of the stuff that he would be doing
We're
with
doing all
Soundgarden?
things Cornell. We're doing Audio Slayer, we're doing Soundgarden, and Chris Cornell solo.
Oh wow, that sounds cool. And do you have any dates for any upcoming gigs for that? Because I love Soundgarden.
Yeah,
Always
we're
loved
booked
them.
for Wildwood again over in Orion. The Abbott. I don't know if have you been to that place yet? I never knew that place existed. I guess it's been around 10 years.
Which place is that?
It's like a miniature pine knob. It's really cool.
Where is that again, or what is it called? I didn't get it.
It's in Orion.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, over by the Palace.
Ah, I see.
Yeah, just a hop, skip, and a jump from the Palace. You know, you pass the Palace, the old Palace.
Mm-hmm.
Go up to this road, the Home Depot there. You make a right, and it's right over there. You know, they say it's the third largest amphitheater in Michigan. Which I guess you got Pine Knob, you got Sterling Heights, and then you got this place, which I never heard of. You know,
you got Meadowbrook also.
Yeah, that's what I'm like. How's it bigger than that? Anyways, it's a nice size. It's nice size. That's all I got to say.
That's cool. That's very cool. Well, I'm sorry. Well, Lorenzo, I'm going to let you go. Thank you very much for taking the time to do this. I look forward to seeing you guys March 8th at the Token Lounge.
We go on at 11 p.m. and everybody's listening. And
I will definitely be there. I'll be the guy.
Hey, we're not going to make it. Overload is going on at 11, so you still can make it out of work.
Well, it's a Saturday night, so it's all good. I'm going to be the guy at the back of the floor there, running the video camera because I'm going to be videotaping the entire show.
Sweet.
And I'll be sending you guys a copy of it.
Okay, well, make sure you come up and say hi, man. I want to meet you.
Oh yeah, definitely will, man. Definitely will.
Okay.
Really look forward to it, man. It's going to be a great night. Great night.
Yes, it will. And thank you very much for the interview, James. And I'll meet you in a couple days.
All right, man. You take care and you have a good night.
You too.
All right. See you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Well, that was Lorenzo Gonzalez, drummer for Overloaded. And as I was saying, they're going to be appearing March 8th at the Token Lounge for the big It Came from the 2000s reunion show with Blasternaut Face and the Mighty Jones Band. You don't want to miss it. This is going to be a great show, a great night. The cool thing about it is all three bands are completely different styles. Completely different. So you don't want to miss it. Hey, are you into vintage audio equipment? If you are, you need to come see my friends over at 7 Grand Audio. They're located at 25642 7 Mile in Redford. Phone number over there is 313-533-3635. They're open Monday through Friday, 10 to 6. Dash, the owner, and his assistant, Harry, have been in business for over 40 years, and they are excellent at what they do. They can fix anything from receivers, turntables, tape decks, EQs, you name it. Anything, whether it's vintage or otherwise. They know their stuff, and they get it done right the first time. Go see them and tell them Jimmy sent you. Anyway, as I like to always say, keep rocking.